All right, so those of you just joining us, we are just starting the notes. So we're starting Unit 8, which is combining like terms. So what are like terms? They have the same variable raised to the same power. So something like negative 3x squared and 5x squared. They have the same variable. They both have the variable x, and it is raised to the same power, a power of 2 and a power of 2. So since they both have an x squared and an x squared, those are like terms. So we could combine those to simplify. And that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's go over some things that are like terms and things that are not like terms. So 5x and 2x. They both have the same variable x to the same power of 1. We don't write the power of 1 because it's understood that it's there, but these are like terms, which means we could combine them. Another example would be negative 3a cubed and 6a cubed. So we're not worried about the numbers in front, we're just worried about the variable and its power. So since this one has a to the third power and this one has a to the third power, those are like terms. So not like terms. So we could, if we change this just a little bit, 5x squared and 2x, they are no longer like terms. They both have x, but now this one has a power of 2 and this one has a power of 1. So those are not like terms. We would not be able to combine those. And the same thing here. If we have negative 3a cubed and 6b cubed. So they both have a power of 3, but the variable is different. This has a variable of a and this has a variable of b. So we would not be able to combine those. Those are not like terms. Okay, so let's practice. So if we have to simplify, something like 3x plus 5 minus 4x plus 1. Just copy it down here. So the first thing we're going to do is use different shapes to identify like terms. I always start with circles and rectangles, and then if there's 3 different ones, we can always use triangles. So we have 3x. I'm going to start with the variables. We have a 3x and we have a negative 4x. So remember to box the sign with it because that negative belongs to the 4x. And then we can circle our positive 5 and our positive 1. Those are also like terms. They don't have variables, which means we can combine them.
I have a question.
Yes.
You know how, like, if you were to do the problem, do you have to get down to the very last, like do you have to get down to like one answer?
Nope. So you're just
Okay.
going to simplify as much as you can. We can only combine the x's and the integers. So you are going to end up with terms. Great question, Soda.
Okay, thank you.
So then step 2, now we are going to combine like terms. So we can combine 3x and negative 4x, which combines to negative x. And then we can combine 5 plus 1, which is a positive 6. And that's it. So the hardest part is just identifying them, knowing which ones you can combine and which ones you can't. We can do one more example. So negative 2x squared plus 3 minus x squared. So it looks like we have 2x squared. So we can combine negative 2x squared and negative x squared. So all together, we have negative 3x squared. And then we don't have anything to combine the positive 3 with, so it's just plus 3. Okay, any questions on our combining like terms notes? Okay, so once you have your notes copied down, we're going to be on page 55 in our algebra workbook. Go ahead and get out your workbook and open up page 55. If you just came in, actually, let me put up the whole notes so that you can take a quick picture or a screenshot. And then you can copy them down later. But at least you have it to reference while we're working on page 55. Okay, then switching over to page 55. All right, so we need to simplify each expression. So notice these are called expressions because there's no equal sign. So if there was an equal sign, we could solve the expression, or we would solve the equation. But in this case, it is an expression because there's no equal sign. If there were an equal sign, it would be an equation. All right, so first, according to our notes, we need to use different shapes to identify the like terms. So it looks like we have a 9n and we have a positive 7n. All right, good morning. If you're just joining us, we are on page 55 in our workbook, and we are just working on combining like terms. And then the other like terms we have are the positive 1 and the negative 9. So now that we did step 1, we identified our like terms. Now we can do step 2, which is to combine like terms. So we'll always do the ones with variables first. So 9n plus 7n, 9 plus 7 is 16. So we have 16 n's. And then 1 and negative 9 would be negative 8. So this simplifies to 16n minus 8, and we cannot combine them or simplify them any further because this term has an n and this term does not. So that is as simplified as we can get it. Okay, number 2, we have 9a plus 2 plus 3a plus 4. So let's identify our like terms, which is 9a and 3a. And then positive 2 and positive 4. So 9a plus 3a, that means we have 12 a's. And positive 2 and positive 4 is positive 6. Okay, any questions so far? Nope. Okay, so let's try some on our own and then we'll go around and do them together. So I'm just gonna go in the order that my participant list is. So Amari, can you do number 3? Bella, number 4. Candace, number 5. Dakota, number 6. Eliab, number 7. Esmeralda, number 8. Jaden, number 9. Kaleni, number 10. Nathan, number 11. Savannah, number 12. Solomon, number 13. And Tiana, number 14. And if you need help, go ahead and send me a message in the chat and I can help you. Let's see, Bella, you would be number 2. Yes, Dakota, we are going to go over them in order and everyone's ready. Okay, perfect. Yep, these are quick. So let's start with number 3. Amari, how did you do number 3? What did you circle and box, and then what did you get when you combined?
I boxed 5x and 2x.
Okay, did you do the negative with the 5x?
No.
Okay, so you want to make sure because this is a negative 5x that belongs to that. So box that negative with it too. Good.
Okay. Oh, and I circled the 6 and the 10.
Good. Okay, so then what do you get when you combine the negative 5x and 2? And 2x?
3, negative 3.
Good. Negative 3x. And then what do you get when you combine the 6 and the 10?
16.
Very good. Thank you, Amari. Okay, and then Bella, number 4, we have 2v minus 5v.
You box 2v and negative 5b, v, not b.
Very good. And so what do you get when you combine those?
Negative 3v.
Excellent. Thank you, Bella. Okay, and then Candace, I think you had number 5. How did you do number 5?
I boxed 10x and x,
Very good.
and then I circled -1 and -4,
Excellent.
and I got 11x minus 5.
Very good. Thank you, Candace. Dakota, number 6.
I boxed 10a, subtracted by 10a, and then did then so it'll be negative 20a plus 6.
Excellent. Very good, Dakota. Thank you. Eliab, number 7.
I boxed 3K
Very good.
and 5K,
Good.
and then I boxed 8 and then 1,
Very good. Okay, and so what do you get when you combine the K's?
8K,
Excellent.
and then I got 9. Or,
Yep. Very good.
That's fine.
Thank you, Eliab. And then I think it was Jaden, number 8.
I have number 9.
Oh, uh-oh. Who was after Eliab? All right, maybe they left. Okay, so I guess, did anyone here have number 8? I'm going in the same order that it, Oh, it was Nathan. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do number 8. Let's see. 7p, there's nothing we can combine, but we have a positive 3 and a positive 4 that are like terms. So my answer would just be 7p and then 3 plus 4, which is 7. So 7p plus 7 for number 8. Number 9, Jaden, how did you do number 9?
Number 9, I boxed -9 and 8. I mean, sorry, -x.
Sorry, start over, Jaden. What do I box?
-x
Negative x, good.
and 8.
So this one has an x, the 8 doesn't. So what can we box with the negative x?
The 3x.
Yes, right. We want to box the negative 3x. So make sure to keep that negative with it. Good.
And then I circled the 7 and 8.
Good. So when we combine our x's, what did you get?
3x.
So if we have the negative x, that's a negative
Sorry,
1.
4x.
So it would be negative 4x. Good. And then 7 plus 8.
15.
Very good. Negative 4x plus 15. Good. Thank you, Jaden. Okay, Kaleni, number 10. Kaleni, do you have number 10? Okay, let's see. Savannah, did you have number 11?
I had number 12.
Okay, let's see. So maybe Kaleni had number 11 and not number 10? Okay, so let's see. Number 10, we have 8x, positive 8x, and positive 7x that we can combine. That would make 15 x's, and then we have a 1 that can't be combined. So 15x plus 1. Kaleni, did you have number 11? Or is Kaleni not with us? Okay, I'll go ahead and do number 11 then. We have 10x, and we have positive 9x, and then we have 7 and 9 that we would circle. So that would be 19 x's, and then 7 plus 9, which is 16. Okay, Savannah, can you do number 12 for us?
Yes. I first started at boxing 5R.
Okay,
And then I circled -10, and then I circled the 8.
very
and
good.
My final answer was 5R. I think it was, one second, a -2.
Excellent, very good. Thank you, Savannah. Okay, and then Solomon, number 13.
So I circled 3 and -5,
Very good.
and that gives -2.
Good.
And bring down the -4x.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Solomon. And Tiana, number 14.
You just get 6x because you
Okay.
cross off the 6's.
Yep, that's right. So these are opposites, right? We have a -6 and we have a positive 6. So those just cancel each other out. So 2x plus 4x is 6x. Very good, Tiana.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go ahead just so that we're done. Let's do number 15. Let's see. Can I get a volunteer to do number 15 for me?
I'll do it.
Oh, thank you, Bella.
So number 15. Okay. You box the -1 and the -5.
Good.
and then the 7p is just by itself.
Yep.
And then you get -6.
Very good. So 7p minus 6. Thank you, Bella. Can I get another volunteer for number 16?
I can do 16.
All right. Thank you, Savannah.
So what I did is I boxed up the 2 B's and then I circled the 5 and the 4. And then my
Excellent.
final answer was 2B plus 9.
Very good. Thank you, Savannah. Volunteer for number 17?
I can do it.
Thank you. Is that Jaden?
Me,
Yes.
Amari. Oh,
Oh, Amari. Perfect. Thank you, Amari.
sorry, Jaden.
It's okay.
Oh, so I circled the R and the 5 and the -5.
You circled R and the -5?
Wait. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
So which ones do you want to box first?
The R's.
Good. The R's. Good, Amari. And then what do we want to circle?
The 4 and the 5.
Good. Okay, so what do we get when we combine R and R?
We get R and 9.
Yep. Okay, so this is a 1R and a 1R. So if we add 1R and 1R, then we have 2 R's. Yep. And then -4 and -5. Yep, is -9. Good. Thank you, Amari.
Yeah.
Jaden, you want to do 18 for us?
Sure.
Thank you.
So first I box both the A and the other A,
Good.
and then I circled the 7 or the -7 and the -1.
Good. And what do we get when we combine those?
I got 1A or 2A
Good.
plus -8.
Yep. Very good. 2A minus 8. Thank you, Jaden. Any volunteers for number 19?
I can do it.
Thanks, Eliab.
So I circled the 7 in,
Okay.
and then I circled the 10 and the 1.
Okay. Did you circle them or did you use a different shape?
I usually, it's like I either, I don't know, it differs, I guess. I usually like square them or circle them. Does
Okay.
it matter?
Yeah, so this one has an N and then these ones don't. So you just want to use 2 different shapes.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
then we can box the 10 and the 1 instead so that we know the boxes we can combine and then the
Mhm.
circles we can combine.
Oh, okay, I see. So it's 7 in plus 11, right?
Excellent. Yep. Thank you. And a volunteer for 20?
I can do it.
Thanks, Candace.
So I circled 1 and 1, and then I boxed -7x and 6x.
Excellent.
And
Thank
then I
you.
got -1x plus 2.
Very good. Thank you, Candace. All right, so that is it for combining like terms. You guys all totally get it. So awesome, we can move on. Let's switch back over to our notes. So this was the first topic for this week. And then the next topic is adding and subtracting polynomials, which is pretty much what we were doing. So you're just going to be identifying like terms and combining them. Okay, So say we have 2x plus 5 plus negative 4x minus 1. So the first thing we want to do is identify like terms. So we have 2x and negative 4x are like terms, and then positive 5 and negative 1 are like terms. And then we are just going to combine like terms. So when you're adding, it's pretty much exactly what we were just doing on the combining like terms assignment. So 2x and negative 4x gives us negative 2x. And then 5 and negative 1 is positive 4. So adding is pretty simple, pretty much what we were doing. Subtracting, there's one more step we're going to have to do. So how to subtract polynomials. So it's 2x plus 5, but instead of being a plus, we're going to switch it to a negative 4x, minus 1. So since we have a negative out in front of parentheses, we're going to need to distribute that negative to all the terms in the parentheses following it. So this is a negative 1, and we're going to multiply that by negative 4x and by negative 1. So negative 1 times negative 4x, that is now a positive 4x. And negative 1 times negative 1, that is now a positive 1. So that was step 1. Step 2 is we need to bring down what is left. So 2x plus 5 is just going to come down. So now we have 2x plus 5 plus 4x plus 1, which is now just adding or combining like terms. So we're going to identify like terms and combine like terms. So we have a 2x and a positive 4x, and then we have a positive 5 and positive 1. So then our last step is we will combine like terms. So we have 2x and 4x, which is 6x, and 5 and 1, which is positive 6. Sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, so I'll give you a second to finish copying, and then we are going to be on page 56.
Is it right if I share a quick point that I noticed?
Sure.
So I remember from my last school, I remember if you look at the negative sign right before the parentheses on the right side, right before the second, right before it goes into the negative 4x minus 4, it looks like a plus sign. It's minus and then the parenthesis sign minus 4, and that looks just like a plus sign. So it tells me I know just by looking at it that the 4 is going to turn positive.
Oh, very good. Yep.
So I just to say that to if it helps anybody.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yep. And the other way you can look at it too is you just flip all the signs. So, because when you're multiplying by a negative, that's really all it does. It just changed our negative 4x to a positive 4x and our negative 1 to a positive 1. So great. Yep. Lots of different ways to think about it. Thanks, Savannah. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to page 56. Okay, so page 56 is adding, and then page 57 is going to be subtracting. So let's see, we have 10 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 students. Okay. All right, so I don't even think that you guys need me to do one with you. So I'm just going to assign them and then we'll go over them together. So let's have Alex do number 1, Amari number 2, Bella number 3, Candace number 4, Dakota number 5, Eliab number 6, Jaden number 7, Kaleni number 8, Savannah number 9, and then Solomon and Tiana number 10.
I don't have my workbook. If you could just put
Oh, sure.
it down a little bit so I could write it down for number 9. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just take a picture of it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you need help, go ahead and you can message me and I can, or send me a message in the chat and I can help you if you're not sure. All right, let's go ahead and go over them. I'm losing people, so my numbering might be off. So we'll do our best. Okay, let's see. Alex, how did you do number 1? Alex, are you there? Okay, so we don't have Alex. So let's see. For number 1, we have negative 6r plus 4r squared, negative 2r, and positive 3r squared. So it looks like we have a positive 4r squared and positive 3r squared. And then we have a negative 6r and negative 2r. So the r squareds, 4 plus 3 is 7. So we have 7r squareds. And then negative 6r and negative 2r would make it negative 8r. Okay, number 2, Amari.
Okay, so I got B 2 and 4B plus 2.
Okay, yep, so the only like terms that we had here were the negative 5b squared and positive 6b squared, which combined to just b squared. And then 4b didn't have any like terms, so we just write plus 4b, and 2 didn't either, so plus 2. Very good, thank you, Omari. All right, Bella, number 3.
Okay, so the like terms are negative 6v and 5v and 6 and negative 4.
Very good. And then what did you get when you combined your like terms?
When I combined them, I got negative 1v, or just negative v,
Good,
plus 2.
plus 2. Thank you. We could put the negative 1v, then it's not completely simplified. So we'll just write it as negative v plus 2. Very good. Thank you. Okay, Candace, number 4.
So I boxed negative 3k to the second power,
Uh-huh.
negative k to the second power.
Good.
And then I circled 1k and 7k.
Good.
And so I got negative 4k to the second power plus 8k.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you. Eliab, number 5.
Wasn't it number 6?
Oh, okay. Maybe the person before you left, because 2 people did leave. Okay, you want to go ahead and do number 6?
Yeah, sure then. So I squared 7x and 8x. And then I circled negative 2 and plus 6. Now, I have a question since I wasn't here. So since like it's pretty simple, but like 2 negatives were if equal into a positive, right?
So not when you're adding. So when
Okay.
you're combining, if they're both negatives, then your answer is going to be negative. So you keep the sign and you just add them together.
Okay.
So
it would be like, so you just add them like normally. It just has a negative, right?
right. And if they were different signs, then you would keep the sign of the larger number, and then you find the difference.
Okay, so it would be negative, it's called 15x, right?
Yep.
And then plus 8.
So you have 6 and you're taking away 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
6 minus 2
would be 4.
Would be 4. Excellent. Very good. Thank you, Eliab. Okay, I'll go back and do number 5 because I think whoever had it must have had to leave. So we have negative 7x squared and positive 2x squared, and then negative 5x and positive 2x. So negative 7 and positive 2, that would make it negative 5. x squared, and then negative 5x plus 2x is negative 3x. All right, let's see. So Jaden, hopefully, did you have number 7?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
So first I boxed the 5 and the 2.
Okay.
Then I circled the 7 in and the negative 5 in.
Good.
Then I got 7 plus 2 in.
7 plus 2n squared. Yes, good. So 2n squared and then plus 7. Good. Thank you, Jaden. And then Kaleni, number 8. Are you back, Kaleni?
Hi.
Hi. Were you able to do number 8?
So I boxed the 2b and
The 2b and the negative 7b?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I circled the other numbers.
Okay, good. The 2b squared and the 7b squared. Good. And what did you get when you combined your like terms?
I got negative 5b. Less? Is it plus?
Yep, it would be plus. Yep. So what did you get for 2b squared and 7b squared?
9b squared.
Plus 9. Yep, 9b squared. So you'll notice I always put, you always want to go from the highest power to the lowest power. And so it's the same thing here, Jaden. I know you had told me the 7 plus 2n squared. Anytime that you do a multiple choice test or whatever, they're always going to go from the highest power to the lowest power. So it's just a good habit to get into writing the squared term and then just the like x squared and then x and then the integers, just to be consistent. So that's why I'm doing that. Very good. Okay, Savannah, number 9.
To be honest, this is the first one with
Yep.
second to the power and third to the power. So it took me just a minute to figure out what I was doing, but I figured it out. I started by circling the 4 as well as the 1, and then I squared the rest of them. Actually, let's do a different shape. I couldn't think of that. So let's do different shapes for each of the powers, actually. So
right, that's
maybe triangle for the second squared or something.
Okay, so we could do the n squared.
Yeah, exactly.
Triangle, right? And then blocks, the n to the 3rd power.
Yeah.
Cubed. Good.
And then I added the 4. Just to break this down, I was like, what's the easiest I could do? I did the 4 plus the 1, and I got 5.
Good.
And then I added the 6n squared to the 7n squared, and I got 13n squared, and then I did 7n to the 3rd power plus 4n to the 3rd power, and I got 11n to the 3rd power.
Very
good.
That's
the answer.
That's right. Yep, we had 3 different pairs of like terms. So we had the n cubes, and so those are the ones we boxed, and then we had n squared, which we used triangles for, and then we just had the integers, which were 4 and 1. So we got 5 plus 13n squared minus 11n cubed, and then now let's put them in order from the highest power. So we would start off with negative 11n cubed, because that's n cubed is the highest power, then n squared is the next highest, so plus 13n squared, and then we have no power, so that would just be plus 5.
I promise I wrote it like that. I promise.
No, that's great. Either way, I mean, they're both right. So this is just kind of the standard form. That's all. Okay, and then let's see, Solomon and Tiana, How about Solomon, can you tell me how you boxed and circled? And then I'll have Tiana tell me what she got when she combined.
Well, I boxed 8b cubed and 3b cubed,
Good.
and then I circled 2 and 3. And then I put the triangle over the yeah, that one, the 4b, and then I circled the negative 5b.
So if we circle it, it means we can combine it with the other things that are circled, right? So do we want to circle 5b?
No.
No. And so we can just, what other shape is there? We could just underline it maybe so that we know that one's separate.
Yes.
This was a tough one. Good. Thank you, Solomon. And then Tiana, what did you get when you combined your like terms? So we can combine our b cubes. We'll go from the highest power to lowest. So 8.
11, 3b,
Yep.
and then plus 4b to the second power.
Okay, so since it's a negative 4b to the second power, we're going to want to do minus 4b squared. So don't forget that negative. But you're right. Yep. Then the b squared.
And then the 5b, and then plus the 5.
Yep. And then the minus the 5b right there. And then we can combine the 3 and the 2, which is positive 5. Very good.
Sorry to interrupt, but I have to go to another class.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
There you go. Thanks, Savannah. Bye.
Bye.
All right, and then we have a little bit of time left, so we can go ahead and do the subtraction on page 57. So we have to distribute the negative. So when you're distributing a negative, really all you're doing is changing the signs. So instead of having a positive 7b, it becomes a negative 7b. And instead of having a positive 2, it becomes a negative 2. And then we're just going to bring down everything else. So we have negative 7 plus 4b. So we're just getting rid of those parentheses. And then we're going to do what we've been doing. So we're going to look for our like terms. So we have positive 4b and negative 7b. And then we have negative 7 and negative 2. So 4b minus 7b is negative 3b, and negative 7 minus 2 is negative 9. So you're going to do the same thing for all the rest. So you're going to want to distribute that negative, which means you just flip the signs of everything in the parentheses, and then combine like terms. So let's see, we have less students, but I don't, Alex, are you still with us? Not sure he is. Oh, you are. Okay. So Alex, you want to do number 12, and then Amari number 13, Bella number 14, Candace 15, Eliab 16, Jaden 17, Kaleni 18, Solomon 19, and then I'll do 20. We've lost some students.
I'm not really sure on how to do this a little bit.
Okay, so you're gonna want to, you have to distribute the negative first. So if I distribute the negative, did you catch that? I said it really just multiplying 7b squared by negative 1 just makes it negative 7b squared. So it just changes the sign. If it's a positive, it changes it to a negative. If it's a negative, it's going to change it to a positive. So that's for the 7b squared. And then if we do negative 1 times positive 4, that positive 4 now becomes negative 4.
Okay.
So that's the only new step. And then you're just going to bring down what was in your first parentheses. So 5b squared plus 6b. And then once you do that, now it's just what we've been doing. So you're just going to box and circle and combine your like terms.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Okay, yep, go for it. Okay, let's go ahead and go over these. So Alex, what did you get when you combine? What did you box and what did you circle, and then what did you get?
All right, so what I boxed was the 5b, and then I sorry, I circled the 6b.
Yep.
So just really quick, what do the boxes represent anything?
Yes, they represent, I know you missed the beginning, when we were combining like terms. So we use different shapes to know which terms we can combine. So like 5b squared and negative 7b squared, those are like terms. So we can box both of those. They both have b to the second power.
Okay.
And then 6b, yep, we could circle that. There's nothing else that we can combine with it though. So there's nothing else that's going to be circled. So it looks like our only like terms are those. So 5b squared minus 7b squared, what did you get?
Hold on. Okay. This might totally be wrong, but I got 20.
So think of just 5 minus 7. So 5 minus 7 is just negative 2. So it'd be negative 2b squared. And then the next thing is our 6b. There's nothing to combine it, so we just write it down. And then there's nothing to combine with our negative 4, so we just bring the negative 4 down as well. So Alex, I'll send you the recording so that you can watch the first part and get caught up to speed, because it is hard to skip those steps.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mari, what about number 13?
I got 4b minus 9 out of all this.
So you're close. The only problem is this is a positive 2b and a negative 2b. So positive 2b and negative 2b, they're opposites. They cancel out. Oh, but you know what? No, we didn't distribute the negative first. So you're probably right. Let's see. So if we do, this is negative 5 and then it becomes positive 2b. You're right. Sorry, I forgot we were subtracting. Okay, so then what did you get, Amari? Sorry.
4b minus 9.
So 4b, but then if we have 4 minus 5, what does that combine to? Negative 1, right?
Negative 1, yeah.
Yep. Good. Thank you, Amari. Bella, number 14.
So I circled the negative 2.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
so
distribute. first, sorry.
Yeah, can you tell me what you got first once you distributed?
Negative 6x to the second power and negative 7.
Excellent. And then we just bring down the negative 2 plus 3x squared. Okay, now tell me what you boxed and circled.
Okay, I circled the negative 2 and the negative 7. And then I boxed the 3x squared and the negative 6x squared.
Good.
And then I combined them and got negative 3x squared minus 9.
Excellent. Thank you, Bella. Candace, number 15.
So do I tell you how I simplified it, or do I like?
Yeah, can you tell me what you got when you distributed?
Okay, so when I distributed, I got negative m minus 3m to the second power.
Excellent. Okay, and then now go ahead and tell me what you boxed and circled.
So I boxed 4m to the second power.
Good.
And negative 3m to the second power. And then I circled 7m and negative m.
Very good. And then what did you get?
1m to the second power plus 6m.
So I think we have a negative 7 and a negative 1, right? Oh, no, that's a positive. Sorry, you're right. So then you're right. It would be positive 6m. That looked like a negative. Good. Thank you, Candace. And number 16, was that you, Eliab? Jaden, did you have number 17?
Oh, I didn't. I forgot I had my microphone muted.
Oh, no problem. Okay.
Yes, I do have 17.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Eliab, go ahead with number 16.
So the negative 8, it became like a positive, right?
Yep.
And then 5b, it became negative 5b. And
Yep.
then I brought down negative 2. And then is that an H? I can't really see.
It's a B.
Oh. Okay, so then 5b2 is the second power. Then I circled negative 2. And then the 8, positive 8.
Good.
And then I squared 5b2 at the second power. My bad.
Okay.
And then I squared the other 5b.
Okay, so you're close. This one was a tricky one. So this one has a b squared and this one doesn't. So we wouldn't want to box that one with it. So then we would just have our 5b squared. And then our minus 5b, because those can't be combined. And then we just had to combine the 8 and the negative 2, which is positive 6.
Okay.
Thank you, Eliab. And then Jaden, number 17.
So first I got 5m.
Sorry, you cut out, Jaden. Can you say it one more time?
I said that. Hello?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
So first I have I bought 4m.
So can you tell us what you got once you, I think we need to rewrite it first, right? So we have 4m plus 2m squared, but then
Then it would change to plus.
So the 7m squared, it becomes negative 7m squared, right?
Yes.
And then the 5m becomes negative 5m. Okay, now tell us what you boxed and circled.
So first I boxed 4m and 5m, or negative 5m.
Good.
And then I circled 2m squared and negative 7m squared.
Good.
So first I did 4 minus negative 5.
Uh-huh.
And then I got 9.
So the 4 is positive and the 5 is negative, right?
Yes.
So these ones would battle and the 5 would win by 1. So this one's going to be a negative 1m. So just be careful with your signs.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Then I did 2m squared minus negative 7m squared.
Uh-huh.
And that would be negative 5.
Good. Yep. And then so we want to write it from the highest power. So it'd be negative 5m squared minus m. Thank you, Jaden. Okay, and then Kaleni, number 18. And then it looks like Solomon left for number 19. I'm not sure where Kaleni went, so we'll just go ahead and do it for her. So we have to first flip all of our signs. So negative 4 becomes positive 4. Negative 6 becomes positive 6b squared. We bring down negative 8b squared minus 1. So we can combine our v squareds and we can combine our integers. So negative 8b squared plus 6b squared is negative 2v squared. Negative 1 plus 4 is positive 3. Okay, and then number 19. So let's see. Let's start with, first we need to just distribute our negative. So negative 6a minus 6a squared minus a cubed. Now we're going to bring down our first set, 5a squared plus 6a minus a cubed. Now let's see, let's start with the highest power. So negative a cubed and negative a cubed. So that means we have negative 2a cubes. And then let's do a squareds and a squareds. So if we have negative 6a squareds and we add 5, we're left with a negative 1a squared. And then we have positive 6a and negative 6a, which are opposites. So those just cancel each other out. So our answer is negative 2a cubed minus a squared. And then let's do the same for number 20. So we're going to distribute. We get negative 5p, negative 1, and positive p squared. Just flipping all the signs. Then we have 4 minus p minus 7p squared. And then our like terms, we'll start with the highest power. So we'll start with our p squareds. So negative 7p squared plus p squared, negative 6p squared. Then negative 5p and negative p is negative 6p. And 4 and negative 1 is positive 3. Okay, so you guys are all caught up for the week. All you have is your checkpoint, which covers exactly what we did. So on Canvas for the week, you just need to do the 8.1 checkpoint that's listed for Friday. You have all of your workbook work done. So I do want to hold on to, if possible, Eliab and Amari, so that we can try, you guys have some missing assignments that we could try to get caught up on. I think everyone else is in pretty good shape. If you have any other questions, you can stay on, but otherwise you're free to go. Have a good week. I'll see you guys next week.